Welcome to 3 Proven Secrets to Activate Your Best Life. I'm Irene Caniano. I'm a productivity coach from New York, and I'm happy to be giving this presentation. And let's begin with you activating the vision of what you want for your best life. So if you could just imagine, maybe close your eyes, what would your best life look like? How would you be as a person? Can you think of some qualities you'd like to be exhibiting? Some traits? What would you like to have? And what would you like to be doing? And if you have a good picture of what that looks like, now we can move on to the first secret to activate that vision. And the first secret is to have self-awareness. But I'm not just talking about self-awareness. I'm really talking about self-awareness on steroids. So much self-awareness and so much curiosity about what's happening around you, what's happening to you, what you're making happen, why things are happening, and learning so much about what's going on in your life. And one way to look about it is to see this transformation and other chart here. It shows on the orange what you know, and this is about things that you have already known, your facts, your information, the people you know, the skills you already learned. And then the gray area shows what you don't know, but that's okay. We all know how to research. We find our answers online or through people. So we're really able to take care of the gray area. But the blue area is called this area of transformation. And it's transformative because it's kind of tricky. It's kind of an aha because it's what we don't know, we don't know. And I'd like to explain that. When you're on your unique journey of self-discovery, you'll start to learn things that you didn't know about yourself, but other people knew about them. And that's the unknown to you area. And the unknown to you and others is the area where nobody knew it, but suddenly you find it out. And to explore the unknown to you, you do some observing, you ask for feedback, and you accept constructive criticism as a way that it helps you to become an even better person. And the area of unknown to you or others can be found out by journaling, by taking surveys, by hiring a coach who doesn't know about you, but helps you to get deeper into the understanding of yourself. And then step out of your comfort zone, try new things. For instance, if you were asked to do a presentation that you never had done a presentation before, and you did it and you found out you could do it well, and others complimented you, you stepped out of your comfort zone to learn something new. And then, of course, the pursuit of personal development helps us to know things about ourselves that no one knew about us and we didn't know about ourselves. For secret number 2, it's making the most of your relationships. And here's a chart I saw in the school once, and it showed how do you feel today, and it reminded me that this is a very good thing for us to consider. How do we feel? How do we feel at this moment? Especially how do we feel as we're entering a relationship? Because we're bringing ourselves into the relationship and our emotions. And I can recall the few times that I got really angry. It's when my emotions were not being acknowledged. I didn't realize I was fearful or super frustrated or hurt or maybe all three at once. And suddenly the emotions flare up as anger. But if we keep very aware of our emotions, we can keep this under control, address the emotions as they come, and not let them have a negative impact on the way you relate to other people. As Dr. Phil says, any relationship you enter, you're either going to contribute to or contaminate it. Here's an inverted relationship chart. And if you notice, you're on the bottom. And as we go through the chart, I'm sure you'll think of the people in your life. There's you, there's your someone special, close relatives and friends, others who enrich your life, your colleagues, supervisors, mentors, role models, and other people who you're on a relationship with. And then lastly, the people who maybe you have a small relationship with, maybe your neighbors or others you interact with just for a moment. It seems a very passing relationship. And I'll recall myself when I was taking a bus every morning to a course, that bus driver gave each of us a wonderful greeting. And it was during the pandemic that I thought of him as an essential worker and realized, wow, what kind of greeting am I giving to the people who I pass through in my life, whether I'm on a bus or on a cashier's line? And I realized we're all bringing something to the relationship, and we can enhance and enrich every relationship we're in. A relationship is like being at a buffet table. At a buffet table, you pick the items that you like, and there are close relationships, are the ones that we really feel are important to us or we enjoy. And then at a buffet table, there are items that we probably don't usually want to pick up because they're new to us. But sometimes we're adventuresome and we try something new and it tastes great. And we say, oh, that's something I want to add to my life. And that could be the same as a relationship that's new. And then imagine that there's spoiled potato salad on the buffet table. That's something you'll want to avoid. And that's like our toxic relationships. So our working relationships are win-win, and we always want to align our relationships with our vision. So the social relationships we have, the relationships we have in our career, and the relationships we have in our personal life all align with the kind of things we want to be doing in our life and our values. And now we're going on to the third secret. Are you ready? Making empowered choices. I heard a story from somebody who worked at a food pantry, and she would serve muffins in the morning. And she was told only to choose one tray and serve from that one kind of tray. And she put out the corn muffins, but the first muffin that went, she cheated. She took a blueberry muffin and put it on the tray. And it was that the next person actually chose the blueberry muffin. And that person was so happy to have had the choice that she even said, "Thank you very much. I hate corn muffins." So in our life, we do have many choices. And I think sometimes we enjoy our choices, but sometimes we seek refuge in the familiar and the comfortable. So choices can be tricky for us, but we do have choice all the time. And if you've heard E plus R equals O, you understand the importance of choices. Every event in our life, we have a chance to respond to. And when we respond, we get an outcome. So imagine you're driving and someone cuts you off. You have a way of reacting. Have you ever been in a car with a driver who's cut off and carries on for at least a mile and vents and even uses gestures to say how furious that experience was for that person? And yet you've probably been with people in a car who have something happen like that, and they just feel grateful that there wasn't an accident and move on. Every reaction that we have brings an outcome to us and those around us. Powerful. So our awareness, our relationships, and our choices get activated when we are super acknowledging of what we need to do to be on our journey of self-discovery. And I want to say now, those were the 3 secrets. If you'd like to stay on a few more minutes, I have something that can help accelerate your progress, and I will tell you about that. It'll only take about 5 more minutes if you stay on. For those of you who are going, I thank you for tuning in, and please take advantage of those 3 proven secrets. And for those of you who are staying, I'd like to introduce you to the Your Best Self course. It's a course that has 3 modules. The first module is about you, your gifts, your values, your life, and your beliefs. And we concentrate on just getting you very sure of who you are and help you to feel very appreciative of who you are and comfortable with who you are so that you don't need to worry if you're enough. You know you're enough. And when you have finished module 1, you will go on to module 2, which is your relationships. And in your relationships, first we talk about all the different relationships you're in, and we look at each kind of relationship you're in, expand your relationships, fine-tune your relationships, delete some relationships, and help you to make a really good set of relationships that make a great network for you. And in the next part, we talk about personal boundaries, which are so important because some people have not adjusted their boundaries correctly and even adjusted their boundaries specifically to certain people. And that's the trick to having good relationships, is really controlling the boundaries. And lastly, on the third module, we talk about empowerment, and we talk about your environments, all the different environments you're in, and make them more suitable to help you be the better person that you want to be. Then we talk about your 3R kit, which is how you learn to relax and have recreation and enjoy your life and restore your energy. And then lastly, we talk about your many choices. We talk about some of the key findings about empowered choices. And we talk about a lot of ways that you can use your power of choice for the better and how you can look at choices in a new way. All three modules come with inspiring stories and activities for you to personalize the 3 different modules. You'll get personal attention when you begin the course. It's a one-to-one start strong call, and then you get ongoing text support and email support throughout the course. There are 9 videos. Each week, we focus on one principle, and you gradually incorporate that one principle into your life that week, and then go on to the next one. There are 9 guidebooks that coordinate with the 9 videos. So after you do the video, you turn to the guidebook, which is where you start personalizing what you learned. The Your Best Self coaching program is only $97. And I have 3 testimonials that I'll share with you so you get an idea of what some other people experienced. Jared said he thought they were the right principles and practical steps needed to start creating positive change in his life. And he painted an accurate picture of what his life would look like and was able to take action with the program's activities. Eric said he was at a crossroad in his life and he found the course extremely helpful and eye-opening, and he was more prepared and more informed so that he could start taking control of his life as well as his happiness. And Chris said after going through the program, it helped him grow as a person and prepare him for his future. And it was well organized, and he went through the program with ease, and it was very meaningful and thought-provoking and insightful for him. If you're interested in taking the Your Best Self program or wanting more information, just go on to my website, irenecaniano.com, and you'll click on the little blue box that says Your Best Self, and that will link you to the information page, and then that would link you to the sales page if you want to go forward. Now, I know at this time people are usually on the fence, so let's just talk about that. It's logical to be on your fence because you're spending your hard-earned money. So what are some things that are probably going through your mind? Let's think. Are you thinking, it won't work for me? It works for other people, it's not going to work for me. Well, I will say you're guaranteed to have it work for you or you get your money back. It's easy, it's step by step, it's very relatable, it's very practical. It'll work, but you still have that guarantee. Some of you may say, I don't have the time. Well, then make it work for the time that you have. It takes just a few minutes a day if you want to incorporate the principle into your life, and sitting down for the video one day if you like is going to take you just a little bit of time, and just sitting down for the guidebooks, you could do one activity at a time. It's very piecemeal if you like. And some of you might say, I think I'll just watch my videos on YouTube. But no, I think you might want to consider that this is a package that goes step by step in a process, and you also have support in your efforts to keep you accountable. So the course is Your Best Self, and it's really your best self for your best life. And if you could stop for a moment and think back to the vision you started with, the vision of your best life, what did you picture? And if you put that picture in your mind and say, okay, let me get some help in getting this image this vision into reality, it might make it easier for you to make a decision to sign up for the course. And now for some closing words. Imagine you're decorating your house and you go to the store and you want to buy a vase, but there's only one kind of vase. Doesn't that kind of disappoint you? But then what if you go to another shop and you see, oh my gosh, I have a great selection. And you know you found just the right one that fits you, fits your personality, fits the way you want to use it. And it's just perfect. And you're so happy that you had the opportunity to have a variety in front of you. Well, I want to think of yourself as a one of a kind, and that in the world we have a variety of one of a kinds. And each one of a kind is a precious gift to the world. No one has ever lived or will live who has the exact set of natural traits, experiences, relative friends, skills, challenges, and opportunities. When you are living fully and letting your true self come through, you are giving the world the greatest gift you can. Your presence, the words you speak, and the actions you have touch in ways you'll probably never fully understand. So I ask that you feel the freedom and know your right to be the special person you are. Thanks for watching this video. I wish you that you will have a wonderful journey. You will live your purpose and find happiness in the small and big events of your life.